Hello guys, my name is Plovdiv Daniel and I'm here with Hamza, and we are going to be talking about all things studying medicine in Sofia, Bulgaria. We're going to talk about finances, study tips, and what it's like generally living in Sofia as a whole. And yeah, it should be a great interview. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks man. What's your name?
My name is Hamza.
Cool. What year are you in?
I'm in second year now.
And what university?
Sofia Medical University.
Great, great. How have you found the last year so far?
The last year, it was challenging at first because it was a new experience, new city. I've just moved from the UK. Like, I lived in Huddersfield. It wasn't really a big city or anything, so coming into Sofia is just much bigger. I didn't really know anyone here, but alhamdulillah, I found friends quite quickly, and within the first month or two, I had my group of friends, and they made the whole relocation process so much easier. And then after that, you know, lessons, my friend group was mostly in the lessons. We had the same seminar group as well, so it was quite good, and everything was...
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And do you know what subjects you're going to be studying in second year?
We have 2 semesters, so in the first semester, we're going to be doing biophysics, disaster medicine, and like in the second semester we do physiology, biochem, anatomy and histology. So second year is quite a bit harder than first semester, second semester is harder than first semester, but you know, obviously you have to revise throughout the whole year for all the subjects.
Let's talk about your first month in Bulgaria.
First month last year?
First month in Bulgaria last year. How long did it take you to, you know, settle in? Were you nervous before you came, or like what was...
No, you know me, I'm very sociable person. I made friends quite quickly. You know, I got to know quite a few people quite quickly. I made a good group of friends. So like for me, it was pretty good, but it depends. Like I engaged in activities, like I was active in group chats, like I was putting myself out there for the first month or two because I wanted to know and get to know new people. And that's honestly the best way to settle into a new place, is settling in with the new people who you're around.
I'm going to assume you came with MedConnect in first year, right?
Yeah, I came with MedConnect.
Cool. And how did they help you like settle in or get here?
MedConnect, they were quite good because they booked my flight from Luton. So we came, all of the MedConnect students, they came on the same flight. So when we landed here, we met at the airport in Luton, then we came to Sofia. After that, they booked a bus, and then the bus took us like through some outside route to a hotel, and then they put us into rooms, and it was like 2 students in 1 room. So you got to know people like that too. You got to interact with all your other MedConnect students who came with you. There was like lunchtime, there was a breakfast, there was lunch, there was dinner, like there was activities that the upper years, second years were doing as well to help introduce everyone. So we went to Vitosha, and it was quite fun. Like we ate food there, got ice cream. It was a good experience. Sounds
pretty organized. That's pretty cool. Let's circle back to like just second year in general. Do you know like what your schedule is like? Is it busy? Like what's your daily routine like in second year?
From when I wake up? Yeah,
from when you wake up, like, you know, like what classes are you going to? Like, are you studying on the weekdays?
I'm a very studious student, so I wake up at like 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Every day.
Every day?
Gym. Bro, I'm being serious. Gym every other day, like mostly every day, every other day. Gym, wake up.
Nice.
Oh no, sorry, wake up then gym, not gym, wake up.
Then wake up.
Wake up then gym. Okay. And then I come home, get my protein in, revise for the subjects I have that day, go into lessons, you know, engage in my lessons, put my hand up, speak. You know, professors, all of them love me, every single one. They all love me. Like I interact with the students in my seminar group, like it's nice. I come home, get my protein in again. So
like, is your timetable, is it hectic? Is it well organized?
Okay, I go to university every day, but Mondays, Tuesdays, I have like 2 or 3 lessons. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have anatomy, like 1 subject, 1 lesson per day. But it's not all in one day, like, and then you have a day off. It was like that for first year, but second year it's quite evenly spread, I would say, my schedule right now.
And now that you've been here for a year, have you got like a favorite place to study in Sofia?
Have I got a favorite place to study? Well, even though I'm such a sociable person, I can't study with a group of friends. I have to study alone at home, or else I'll just be, you know, distracted. So But for people who can study like in group settings, you know, Bulgaria Mall cafes, they're good. The cafe next to the university is good. The library is good. The university has a library. That's a good place to study. But if you're a bit like me, you need to be alone when you study. Then either at home, and in the university they have these little quiet zones in the preclinical or anatomy buildings, and you can just go in those rooms and be on your one study.
You mentioned the libraries, etc. So like, what are the facilities like at Sofia University? Like the libraries or study rooms?
I don't really read books like that, so I don't really go to library, but I've been library like 2-3 times. It was quite big. Like there was places to study. The facilities were good. You know, the one thing that is good about this university as well is for anatomy we do dissections on live cadavers and stuff, and that's quite interesting. Like you can go in at any time. You can look at bones. You can look at these dead bodies and like learn and study. So it's open to all years. So there's a whole room for it. You can get bones, give you Kanishka and, you know, study from them. So the facilities in that area are quite good.
Cool. Okay, so let's move on to finances. Let's talk about money, everything like that, and spending money here in Sofia. Do you feel like moving to Sofia has helped you manage your money better?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah. I've always worked jobs, so I was working, earning my own P's back home. But over here, like, things are also cheaper. Ingredients, groceries, you know, going out is cheaper. A lot of the things here are cheaper, but you still need to be, because obviously it's very hard to work. You can work and study at the same time, but I personally have not gone that route. So I have to get money sent from my parents back home who financially support me. So I've had to manage that quite carefully. So it is a lot of responsibility. Like as soon as you come, like it's a lot of responsibility. Like you have a certain amount of money, you need to even that out on going out, groceries. But you do get used to it, and you do find it easier as time goes on.
That's great. So, yeah. And overall, like, what are the living costs like in Bulgaria? If you can break down like your rent, how much you're spending on food or transport as well, that'd be great as well.
Transport is cheap. 1 month, 15 lev, done. You get a card. You can get that pass every month. You have free metro, free trams. It's not free, you pay 15, but like, you know what I mean. You don't have to pay the 1 lev 80 every time you go on. So then, unless you bump it, but like you shouldn't bump it. But yeah, you have that transport card, and it's quite good. Rent, if you choose to live in a 2-bed, it's cheaper. You share with someone else. Bills are halved. Rent is halved. You know, so it's gonna cost you roughly 300 to 400 for like living with someone else. If you want to live by yourself, it'll be like 450, 500, 550, 600 ish. But there's advantages and disadvantages of both. But like rent is generally cheaper than the UK, but more expensive than other areas of Bulgaria, I'd say.
Yeah, I know rent's more expensive here in Sofia.
And it's increasing by the year as well.
Great.
Is one tip I would give about rent is to avoid commission, but agency commission, by trying to get an apartment from someone you know who's moving out. Talk to the landlord. There's lots of ways to avoid paying more than you should. Yeah,
we have a very similar thing in Plovdiv. We've got like a Facebook page, and it's like the 6 years post their apartments there, and then we just...
I think that's honestly the best way.
You can avoid the fees.
This year I've gone into my friend's apartment. I didn't have to pay any land.
Smart man. And with regards to money, like, how do you get money sent to you? Do you use like TransferWise, Monzo, Revolut? What are you using?
The best method would be, cause I'm from the UK, so we have Monzo there. So the best way would be Monzo. Monzo, you'd only be charged MasterCard exchange rates. You won't be charged the exchange rates they have for other, like Lloyds Bank. They take a 50p fee per purchase of what you do. You don't have that with Monzo. Monzo's quite good. It's just MasterCard exchange rates. You pay in pounds, it takes in lev. It's done, simple. Cool.
And with paying with stuff in Sofia, is it card, cash, both, or like, am I okay to have my card out?
I don't really use cash, but sometimes some landlords, they want cash as rent, so you take cash out for that. But I usually pay everything by card. Some places they might be like, okay, you pay cash, but generally I've not come across that.
Great. So, having done first year, and now you're in second year, which is great. What advice have you got for the incoming first years? Like, how can they set themselves up to get like 6s, 5s in their colloquiums and exams?
Don't take colloquiums lightly. Revise from the beginning. Just keep on top of your work. Don't let it all don't get into a point where you have so much to do in such little time. It's not healthy. You'll be stressed. You'll have sleepless nights. Don't get into that habit. every student says this, but every student will do this anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll say this, but I'll still do it. But
if you don't mind me interrupting you, you mentioned a colloquium, just for our audience as well. They won't know what that is.
Colloquiums are like mini quizzes, mini tests. You have them like every 2, 3, 4 lessons.
Yeah.
It'll be just it'll just be the content that you've done in the past couple weeks, or like one topic. It does help because in the final exam they'll see all your colloquium grades, so they might be lenient depending on how you've done in your colloquium. So if you're bordering a 4 or 5, they might give you a 5. If they're bordering a 2 or 3, they might give you a 3. And 3 is a pass, by the way, so it's good to do good.
Take their colloquium serious. Have you got any study tips or?
Study tips?
Yeah.
Use the lecture notes, lecture slides. A lot of the students, they have these notes that they've made themselves. They're good as well, but the professors really like asking oral questions based on the lecture slides. Specific professors have specific things they like. So there's a professor here who likes asking about sizes of things, so they might ask about the size of the umbilical cord or the weight of the umbilical cord. So for specific professors, like it's good to know specific things. Generally use the lecture slides that contains everything. The professors like that. For chemistry, it's good to know the structures. Structures is very important to know. A lot of this memorization, but depending on which subject you're doing, there's a different revision method that you go into.
That's great. And last question, would you recommend MedConnect to friends and family or anybody who wants to come to Sofia or Bulgaria?
Yeah, I'd recommend MedConnect. They're cheaper than the competitors. They help me settle in more than I've seen the other agencies do. They have great people like yourself.
Oh,
you know, I like, this has been a great experience. They have great people like you. Like, it's just a pleasant experience. It's nice. You meet great people in MedConnect. All my friends are from MedConnect. I've found in my seminar group. So
that's
like,
great.
if you want friends, just go to MedConnect.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I have to say. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.